with a status update on a former champion and more. This is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Revealing that she is injured following a skiing accident, Mandy Rose said this in a video on Instagram.
Guys, this is kind of embarrassing, but I'm gonna take a break from skiing because I fell pretty hard. It was a little scary, not gonna lie. Got some Montana.
And it's hot.
It's hot. It's like what, 60 degrees? We're really excited to ski. We just hope there's snow.
Hope there's enough
What do
snow.
you think, babe?
If I fall, it's gonna hurt.
Okay. I'm inside eating, and I'll probably stay inside, but it kind of sucks because it's my first day here. The embarrassing part was that I had to get taken down the mountain on a snowmobile because, you know, I was a little nervous and I didn't want to put my skis back on. After kind of bragging that I, haven't fallen yet and I was doing pretty good, I then had to, get a ride down, which was pretty funny. But you know what? It is what it is.
Taking to X, Rhea Ripley showed a clip of herself giving a stink face to Nia Jax as she wrote that payback's a peach. Expressing his excitement to take on Gunther for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 40, Sami Zayn said this to Sportskeeda. I think it's pretty big for sure, coming off of last year where I found myself in a really just, let's call it right place, right time. But I caught a lot of steam and a lot of momentum heading into WrestleMania over these 6 months or so leading into it and ended up in the main event. Anytime you do something big, I think in anything, I think in any field, not just as a wrestler or an artist or whatever, but when you're able to accomplish something, there's always sort of like, oh, now what on the other side of it, It's hard to sometimes keep that up or wonder what's next. What could you do to top it or anything like that? And if you watch WWE, you see how fast things move, and I feel very lucky to be in a pretty good position a year later challenging, the longest reigning, most dominant Intercontinental champion of all time. And if you're not in that top match with, let's say, Cody and Roman or The Rock or whatever now, I'd say this is the biggest match outside of that you could possibly want to be in. So I'm pretty grateful to find myself in that spot, and I'm excited about it. On Instagram, KOTA IBUSHI showed off a video of himself training. IBUSHI would also write, 1 year in and out, my ankle is still sprained, but I was able to explode with lab practice and surgery. It doesn't take a year to come back. It will surely heal in 6 months. Cure. Recalling how his return to WWE was kept under wraps, Shawn Spears told Fightful, "The first quote I gave you, it spun you guys. Left, right, and center. Yeah, and that's the thing. We understand how the world works nowadays. Everybody wants the information, and a lot of people want to be the first to reveal the information. But this was pretty much kept close to the chest. I didn't tell a lot of friends. I didn't tell a lot of close friends. I told my wife, and I told her, do not tell your friends. Don't tell your best friends. Don't tell anybody. I didn't tell my family. I didn't tell anybody. The main people that knew was Hunter, Shawn, his team here, and that was pretty much it. A lot of the coaching staff had no idea. The talent had zero idea. I was kept in a room for the majority of the day. Even when that news broke that Shawn Shawn had stood in for me, I was there. I was already there. I was already in the building. It was just a matter of keeping things as tight-lipped as possible, because I get excited too. I get excited when someone shows up out of the blue. I get excited when, oh, this is going to happen, and they throw me a curveball and I go, oh, I didn't see that coming. I love that feeling. In a day and age where information is so accessible, or things are taped, or things are aired in advance, or spoilers get out, or stuff like that, it's still nice nowadays to get hit off guard. So that was our goal, and kudos to Shawn Michaels, Matt Bloom, Johnny Russo, who's the lead writer here in NXT, setting that debut, setting that to debut a masterpiece T. To be a part of that and to feel that moment, it was a home run in terms of, there he is. He's back. So shout out to those guys. Obviously, wonderful minds, but big shout out for being able to keep it quiet as long as they did, because it was probably about 4 weeks we were able to keep things quiet. Reacting to the criticism The Rock has received following his WWE return, Jim Ross said on his Grilling JR podcast, "It's hard to read comments from those that criticize Rock's return and how he returned, etc., ad nauseum. Stop and think about it. You're a booker. If you're running the show and you can get an opportunity to retain the services of the Great One, then you don't even think about it. That's a very easy decision to make. I'm glad that he's back. He seems to be having a good time." Talking about NXT and leveling accusations against John Laurinaitis, Ronda Rousey wrote this in her new book, Our Fight, with quotes courtesy of The Covenant TV. People were excited about NXT in a way that they weren't about Raw and SmackDown's constant reliance on rehashing the same formulaic storylines over and over. As NXT grew and it became apparent that there was the potential to expand and profit from it, suddenly became attractive to Vince McMahon. In fall of 2019, WWE launched a weekly NXT show slated to go head-to-head on air with AEW. Now, NXT was on the up and up, but so too was AEW. Then Triple H almost died, suffering from heart failure and requiring surgery. He stepped away to deal with his health, and in his absence, Vince's cronies saw an opportunity. NXT was losing the ratings battle to AEW. They whispered to Vince, changes needed to be made, which is how John Laurinaitis, a former wrestler turned WWE executive and all-around dirtbag, ended up running NXT. Laurinaitis had made a name for himself as an average but by no means outstanding wrestler before he moved into playing an in-ring authority figure type and then a producer. He looked and acted like an entitled 60-year-old former frat boy, tall, blondish, and with a cleft chin. He always appeared to be scowling even when he smiled. His raspy voice earned him the nickname Johnny Laryngitis, which was one of the nicer things people called him. Whereas Triple H looked for talent and potential in NXT prospects, it appeared John Laurinaitis looked for affability. He further purged the NXT roster, firing it seemed like everyone over 25 and turning recruiting attention away from the indie circuits in favor of blonde sorority types from places like the universities of Florida and Tennessee. Putting that blame for the decline of Laurinaitis, which Vince would basically try to do a few months later, would be easy, but Laurinaitis was only a symptom of what was wrong within WWE. Honestly, the actual drama was so much better than anything WWE could ever script. Sticking with Ronda Rousey, she had some harsh words for Bruce Prichard in her book, as she wrote, "In MMA, I originally just started them for publicity, but those other bitches didn't get the memo, and so they became personal. And in WWE, it's all fake. I love them, except for Bruce Prichard and John Laurinaitis. They can go F themselves." Sean Ross Fightful added that, "I can tell you some other comments that she had made that were debunked, some that she had made during an interview, and some people like, hey, what's up with this? Not only could I not find any credibility, but some of them were debunked. I don't know if she's in book selling mode, or maybe she got some bad intel, or I got bad intel. Nobody is really trying to stand up for John Laurinaitis or Vince McMahon these days there. Nobody is. With Bruce, he just kind of ignores it."
Hey, it is Sunday, March 24th, and I have something really special to share with you guys, and it's pretty important as well, and I want you guys to be a part of it, because I do believe that energy and positivity and mana, I believe that it's real, and it has a real impact and effect on people who need it, especially children. So I just received a note from Make-A-Wish, and as you guys know, Make-A-Wish I hold very near and dear to my heart. I've worked with Make-A-Wish for forever, and I always lucky, and I have the complete honor and privilege of granting wishes of these children who are in need. And right now there is a young child, she's 2 years old, and her name is Naomi, and she is in need of a very special wish, and she's in need of prayers and energy and mana and light. And I think in this video, this is what we can give her. And so let me give you a little bit of background on Naomi. She is 2 years old, and she's in the hospital, and she is fighting. She is a fighter. She's fighting a brain disorder. And her favorite movie is Moana, and her favorite song is You're Welcome from Maui. And I'll give you a little bit of background here. Moana is Naomi's favorite Disney movie. Dwayne Johnson sings his song, You're Welcome, in this movie. The wish child, Naomi's eyesight is very limited due to her brain disorder. However, her sense to hear has been enhanced, and she absolutely loves music. And this song, You're Welcome in particular, is very special. And she reacts positively every time she hears his voice, Maui's voice. This is awesome. So she was admitted to the hospital in mid-January, and I'm not going to read that. She's very close to her mom and her grandparents, and the wish is that Maui sings You're Welcome in a video that she can hear. So Naomi, I know that you can hear me right now. This is Maui. It might be better that you can't see me, because you might say, that don't look like Maui. But this is Maui, and I know you can hear my voice right now, and I'm gonna sing you a very special song. I'm gonna sing your song, your favorite song, You're Welcome. And what Maui is gonna do, he's gonna play it at the same time, because sometimes Maui forgets the words. All right, Naomi, honey, this is for you.
What I believe you were trying to say.
And thank you. And Naomi, I hope you enjoyed your song, honey. As Maui sang you that song, I think we call that singing, what Maui just did. I hope you are smiling, Naomi, and I hope you're smiling big. And anytime you want Maui to sing to you, you just let me know, and I will always come and sing your favorite song. All right, Naomi, I love you so much, and you keep smiling. Bye. You're welcome.
And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.